damn hoe, here we go again.
Welcome back, YouTube. It is the Drunk Capitalist, and here we go again. The PPP fraud list and accusations and arrest and just overall effed up situation continues. Okay, I have a special place of disgust when it comes to police officers that have committed PPP loan fraud. Now, it looks like this one police station in Markham seems to not be able to get away from having really shady police officers. Now, a lot of their police officers that we've seen since 2021 have been accused of PPP fraud. Now, I wonder, what else have these police officers gotten themselves into? But regardless, I won't be able to find out about that just yet. But for right now, we can look at what this police officer has done in regards to PPP. Let's get right into it.
Now only on to fraud with the Paycheck Protection Program keeps growing at one South Suburban Police Department. A Markham police officer quit the force after the Fed shined the light on her PPP loan application.
The officer is accused of forging tax documents for a fake catering company. Let's get right to CBS 2's Jermont Terry live in Markham. And Jermont, she's not the only officer under investigation for fraud.
Yeah, Joe and Erica, as it stands tonight, city leaders.
Yes, have you heard that? They have multiple officers at this station under investigation for fraud.
Know of 3 officers who are under the radar of the feds for PPP fraud. That includes that one officer who, after 12 years on the force, stepped aside to avoid some jail time.
Rayshonda Lewis served the people of Markham as a police officer full-time since 2011. Yet last month, she quickly resigned.
The city welcomed that resignation.
That's correct.
Officer Lewis stepped away from her $83,000 a year job because, according to federal documents, she applied for a PPP loan for $20,000.
That ain't even no money. Like, that ain't even no money. You risked it all. You risked that police pension over 20 bands. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it ain't worth it. Now, there's another officer that I reported on before that from the same station that he applied for way more than that. You see, he could retire on the type of money that he stole if he didn't get caught, of course. But $20,000 and you make $83K a year, you make way more than the average median income for the average American. You're rolling in it. You're in Illinois, you're rolling in it. Like, come on now. I mean, I'm not saying $83,000 is going to make you a millionaire one day, but certainly stealing $20,000 is not going to make you a millionaire either, even if you weren't to get caught. And granted, now you're definitely probably never going to make it rich and make it big or whatever your plan was with getting caught stealing $20,000 as a police officer. I'm not sure if she's even eligible now for that pension because she's completely untrustworthy. Granted, she got to resign, but I think that's a slap on the wrist, to be honest. Should have been, discharged, dishonorably.
And false and fabricated documents, including IRS forms claiming she owned a catering business, which grossed $97,000 during 2020. Yet the feds say Lewis knew none of the foregoing facts were true.
To have someone wearing a badge to take advantage of a program, that's concerning.
Markham City Administrator.
That's how I feel. You're wearing a badge, you're sworn to protect, but instead you're stealing from the Paycheck Protection Program. It doesn't make sense.
The Champion says the federal government first contacted the city about their probe of Lewis in December, and within weeks, she struck a deal.
You see, and I need y'all to pay attention to what was just said just now, right? He said the federal government contacted the police officer, meaning the police station, meaning they contacted her employers. So she was under investigation before they were even contacted. They were contacted. They were confirmed with the investigation. She's probably still working, thinking everything is fine and dandy, right? They still got her on the job, doing whatever she got to do, her rounds, her routes or whatever police officers do all day. We don't know. And she thinks everything's cool. And then they swoop in with all the evidence and they're like, well, Miss Rayshonda, nice to see you. We know what you did last summer. Like it's
The
crazy.
federal
No
case
one is
against
safe.
Lewis is sealed, but through an open records request CBS2 submitted to Markham, we're able to show the documents the feds provided to the city. They include the agreement Officer Lewis signed where she admits to breaking the law, but she avoids jail time and a conviction on her record if she completes 80 hours of community service with probation.
Did you expect it?
I think that's a complete slap on the wrist. Personally, I don't think just losing her job in the police force is really enough. I think she should probably have to pay a hefty fine for the theft of the money. Even if you have to spread that fine over a course of 5 to 10 years, I think she should be paying that fine. And I think that money, I think all the money they collect from these type of fines of these people that commit PPP fraud should go into the account of continuing to investigate people who committed PPP fraud, because you're finding out that it's police officers, it's all types of people. It's not just your everyday criminal that's committing this. It's just regular everyday people becoming criminals because they think free money is out in the system. There is no such thing as a free lunch in America. You have to put in some type of effort in order to receive capital gains and capital funds. Anytime money is coming at you free, it's either a scam or you're the scammer. That's it. That's it. So I think just getting 80 days of like a community service and probation is really not enough, and just technically losing her job even though it was a resignation, I don't think that's really enough. If anything, I'm not saying she should go to jail, because we know police officers in jail is really not the safest thing, and it's only $20,000. I'm saying only because we've seen much worse. We've seen 1.3 million. We've seen crazy numbers out here as far as PPP fraud goes. So, but I think 80 hours is really a stretch. I think they should put her on desk duty or something in community service, but for a much longer than 80 hours, and force her to pay back the fine at the same time. Because what did you do with that money, with your fake bakery that never existed? I really want to know.
To be this bad.
I expected it to be this bad.
That's because Lewis isn't the only officer in Markham under investigation for PPP fraud.
I'm trying to figure out why your lawn care service is not registered as a licensed business with the city of Markham.
That's Officer
Yeah,
Kenneth
this is the other officer that I was speaking about before.
Muldrow in 2021 after CBS2 uncovered he applied for a PPP loan with the police station's address.
You still have one officer still working, Kenneth Muldrow, who is still under probe.
That's correct.
A third officer.
So again, he's been under probe for a very long time, and I have a suspicion that he's under probe because he took way too much money, and they're finding everything that they can do to pin him. And I don't think they're gonna offer him any type of resignation and slap on the wrist community service. I just don't see it. I think because her theft, her grand larceny was so low that they offered her that. And she probably has no priors, probably doesn't have any issues within the force, probably doesn't have any complaints or, I guess write-ups and things like that. That also happens in the police force. I think because she probably was a good faith actor, she probably got off easy because of that. I still think it's too easy. But I think this guy, he's probably wrapped up in so much stuff that they're like, we're gonna treat his case like we treat RICO cases. We're gonna be investigating. We're not gonna say much, but everyone knows we're investigating. We're going to get everything we possibly can pin you with. We're gonna pin you with it, and we're not leaving any stones unturned over here, because he probably is involved in things outside of PPP. That's why they haven't gone after him fully yet. Let's keep it pushing.
To new police departments.
We have identified those individuals that have a watchful eye from the federal government they're under the microscope.
Now, Champion insists that Markham is working with the feds to weed out any other and identify any other employees who might be under the federal radar for this PPP fraud. Reporting live in Markham tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS 2.
It's crazy out here, y'all. I'm telling you, I've been saying it. Nobody is getting away with PPP loan fraud. Even if it says on the website that your loan is forgiven, it does not mean that they will not be auditing that loan. It does not matter how much you took. Yes, people are saying, oh man, it only took like 15 hours, took like 10. She only took 20. Okay? She only took 20. She didn't take $1 million, she didn't take $500,000, she didn't take multiple millions. She only took 20. And she's still out here getting caught. It's okay. And it looks bad. And they don't care. The group, or I guess service or whatever squad that is centered around catching PPP fraud, they do not care about how it looks. They don't care if it's a police officer. They don't care who it is. They're coming and doubling back to see what's going on. It's ridiculous, y'all. Well, thank you guys for watching again. It's The Drunk Capitalist. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.